Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. New customer, new vehicle, 2007 Prius. This one has 188,000 miles on the odometer, and it just came today for the detail inspection. The owner wants to know what's up. She said she didn't service it forever, except engine oil changes. So as you can imagine, cabin air filter plug, by there, blah blah blah, all these things. Already went through it, but in general, the vehicle is in pretty good condition. When we were discussing the vehicle in the driveway, she said, "Oh, it has a smart key, but it doesn't work. You have to put it in." I think there is a low battery. I tried to find videos about it online, but I couldn't deal with it. So if you don't mind, please replace the battery. So when the fob is dead like this, how do you know that it's a smart system? Well, if you look on the back, there is that silver logo and it's sticking out. If you have a silver logo on the back, that means it's capable of smart system. That means you can leave it in your pocket. You don't need to push it even to open the vehicle, because it recognizes you are coming towards to it. You can just put your hand in the handle, it will open. It has a lot of great features. She's not using it right now, so she said, "Hey, can you replace that?" Let's just confirm that it doesn't work. I will keep pushing buttons. You can hear it probably. It's dead, it's doing nothing. So let's go and make a short, quick video about how to replace the battery in the Prius 2007 Prius Smart Key Fob. So here we are on the table. You can see the key fob from all the sides, hopefully perfectly. Try my best to have the lighting correctly, and I will start with pulling the mechanical key out, and that's right here. When you push on this part, it will allow you to move it out. So this is the first step. And now we have to move this entire back, the backing, this way, this out. And again, you can use this, and it should slide nicely this way. And maybe, just maybe, that's what she related to, that she couldn't do that. There are all these marks, but I will assume it's not from her trying to open it. I believe she said she has a dog, so I think it was chewed up by the dog. I will try to help myself carefully with super thin screwdriver. Let's see if pushing from here towards to me, if it's any helpful. If it doesn't want to work this way, let's do it different way. Let's push on this and carefully pry on this area and see if it will open towards to me. I think it's moving already. Right here, there is a bigger gap. I'm assuming there's a lot of dirt or something inside. And I'm glad I'm making this video, because she couldn't do that. It can happen to somebody else too. It didn't work for her. Oh yeah. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I think we will be doing some cleaning because it's quite dirty. And that was the reason why this thing didn't want to go. Or maybe it's the bite marks which slightly damaged the surface of this part, but I see a lot of dirt here. I don't want to get that dirt inside when I will be opening it. So I will start cleaning it actually already, instead of waiting for later. Now you need a screwdriver with the smallest Phillips tip you can find around, that's for sure. That's very tiny Phillips screws. Let's see if a very small Craftsman will actually do the work, or I really need some specialty Phillips screwdriver, which is maybe like for working on the eyeglasses or something like that. But no, this one works. It seems to be absolutely super tiny, but I guess this is just, as I said, normal Craftsman. It's from the set, a screwdriver. Oh, come on, my friend. Yep, get there. Yeah, I'm glad I can show it to you in the real life. So you can see, if you do it yourself, you can see that it's not super easy, or could be not super easy. I'm assuming when it was brand new, it fell apart perfectly. We were just pushing the button. But this one, with the dirt, the real live dirt, it's not so easy. So 4 screws removed. Let's see if I can use the nail only, or again this very small screwdriver, which did help. Now we finally see the battery, and it's a 3-volt CR2032. So let's get the battery out. There are the contacts which are making that spring loaded tension on it. It's funny that it doesn't again want to slide out. And I did it many times in past, and I don't think I filmed that. And it's funny that today it gives me a hard time to get it out. So I will push here, which will lift actually this side. And that's the trick. Now the battery, it's free, as you can see it hopefully, and I can slide it carefully out. Just for a kick of it, let's go and check the battery. Plus top, bottom it's minus. What is the voltage? 0.4 volts. The battery is confirmed to be absolutely dead. For those who are not familiar with it, here is CR2032, brand new battery. So we can actually show the voltage of the new one. What do you think it will have? Considering that it tells us that it's supposed to have 3 volts. I will guess 3.3. The day the batteries decided not come out of its places. Maybe it's these new regulations for the packaging that it has to be so difficult to get it out because of the children. So it takes us half day to get it out. So I said 3.3, right? I guessed 3.3 brand new. Well, it's a 3.29. I hope you can see it. This is how it's supposed to be when it's brand new. It's not 3 volts, but 3.3. The contacts on the fob right here seems to be perfect. This is the new battery, the energizer. So I will nicely slide it in. It will stay. As you remember, it didn't want to come out. I see right here, there is a rubber O-ring for the moisture, so we didn't lose it. It's right there. So we need to put back this cover and those little teeny tiny 4 Phillips screws. Not sure if you want to be watching me dealing with those. Oh yeah, because these are real pain. And it might take half an hour before I will put it back. You probably don't want to watch that, so I will put the remaining and bring you back in. The screws are back. Everything is nicely cleaned. Is it? Is it, Peter? Are all the details nicely cleaned? Did you really do that? Well, we will see right now. So these two channels right here will fit in here. So I will carefully start moving it that way, and I will not forget about this tab. Yep, and it nicely clicked. Look at it. It's perfectly together. I will put really quickly this key back, because me and you, neither of us can wait to see if this repair or maintenance was successful. And if it was successful, it should react to those buttons. Will you not agree? So let's see. You can observe the rear. You can see it, and hopefully you can hear it. Now it's fully locked. Fully open. Perfect. I will say simple, but due to the dirt, there was a little hiccup. But if the fob was clean, it's just easy to slide it, and it should be doable for everybody at home, don't you think? I hope many of you will find this video helpful in the future for your own Toyota ownership. If you do, please give it a thumb up and stay tuned. I have way more coming your way soon. Thank you for watching and have a great day, my friend.